Most print on demand sellers today end up quitting, not because print on demand doesn't work or because they weren't capable of doing it themselves, but it's because nobody ever properly prepares us for what the journey actually is. And this leads to misaligned expectations and expecting things to happen that were just never realistic in the first place. The good news is that once we understand the five main stages of the print on demand journey, you can identify exactly where you are, what it's like, and then most importantly, how to get on to the next stage. And everything I'm going to be sharing with you comes straight from my own experience in the print on demand space that I've been in for the past decade. And we are currently running a brand that, as of today, I'll hit refresh, has generated a little bit under $10,000 in sales. And in the past 7 days, has done a little bit over $137,000. And so print on demand was extremely hard until I finally understood this. Because what most people expect print on demand to be when we're getting into things is you start off by choosing a niche. And this is not specific to any one platform. This could be Etsy, Shopify, TikTok, no matter where you're selling, the journey stages are roughly the same. But in the beginning, I'm going to pick my niche, my brand, maybe like what kind of products I'm going to sell. Then I'll move on to, actually making those products. And then from there, I'm going to start doing some marketing. And if I'm on Etsy, that would be uploading my listings. If I'm on Shopify, turning on ads, that sort of thing. Then that would be followed up with, reaching profitability. Not saying that I'm expecting it to be easy by any means, but I do have some expectation that if I, at the very least, follow these steps and put in my best effort, then I should reach profitability and ultimately be able to start scaling. And I have some kind of assumption in my mind getting into this, like how much time it should take. And this linear process, while it looks great and it's good for YouTube videos, we all know, and anybody watching this who's in the trenches, you're building your brand, you're launching designs, we all know that's, while yes, technically on the surface it's true, it's not reflective of the actual reality. Because the reality of print on demand looks something a little bit more like this. Starting off up here at the top, where we are in uninformed optimism. Basically, we have all these great ideas, we've seen the screenshots, and we're jumping right in, not really knowing just how much effort it's really going to take and what the journey has in store for us. And then after we choose our niche or we've established what our brand is, like the fun stuff, then we get into informed pessimism, which for print on demand, that is when we are making our products. And the key difference here compared to the previous stage is that this is where the work starts to become real. This is where we are starting to realize, like if you're on Shopify, we recommend launching with at least 100 designs. And this is the time where you are locked away, you're going through whatever trainings or watching the YouTube videos, and you're taking action. And this stage, for different reasons, takes some people as little as a couple of days, other people it can take months. But the main point here is that all of the challenge and struggle that we're feeling is simply internal up until this point, meaning that we are plugging away, making the designs, and it's starting to click for us that this may take a little bit more effort than we had initially expected. Just looking at, okay, I need to make a bunch of designs on the surface, it's like anything. Before you get into it, you don't really realize how challenging it might be. But that's not even the toughest point. And that's not the point where most people end up, throwing in the towel or going back to what they were doing before. That happens in stage three, which we call the valley of despair. And in print on demand terms, this is when we turn on the marketing. Or if you're on Etsy, this is when you launch your designs. Point being, this is the moment where we are looking to see the payoff of all of the effort that we've just put in up here in when we are making the products. And now we are expecting, like we push through this, we kind of have an expectation that it's going to start to pay off. And not that we think things are going to come easy, but we're expecting that when we push our products live, we're going to start seeing at least some positive signs. But that's not always the case. It is not always the case that once we launch our ads or upload on Etsy, no matter what any YouTube video may say, that it's going to be a straight shot to the top. Instead, what most people are met with here, myself included, and every successful seller that we've ever worked with has experienced this here, is the moment of realization, the moment where we put our products live and nothing happens. You put your products up and you're like, okay, and where are the sales? I've listed on Etsy, whatever it may be. And this is the moment where our internal fears become validated in our minds by an external source. Basically, I put in all this effort and now it is not paying off. And if we are able to push through this, which we'll talk more about how we can do that, then we get to the other side of things where we get to informed optimism. This is when we finally crack profitability. It doesn't have to be an insane amount of money, doesn't need to be life changing by any means, but at the very least, this is where we have positive signs. This is sales are coming in consistently. This is we've reached the point where we are putting in less money than we're making back, aka we are profitable. And as long as we can see that, then it becomes much easier for us to see it through to the end, which is scaling, because there we have the snowball compounding and it becomes like a self reinforcing loop. Like the dopamine is firing, we see signs that it's working, and it becomes much easier to persevere through the challenge of making more designs and all the stuff that goes into the business. But this is the actual reality of print on demand. It is not a linear path, no matter what any video may make it seem like. The real journey happens here. It happens in this dip. The moment of realizing that all of the effort I put in up until this point may have been for nothing. And it bears noting that this is not a unique journey. This can be applied to basically anything, like anything worthwhile that requires extreme amounts of effort for a prolonged period of time without a guaranteed return of the payoff. That is the journey. And again, this applies to many things, such as if you're going on a weight loss journey. The uninformed optimism phase would be when we are choosing the diet, the gym, just picking basically out of a registry or a catalog, like what new diet am I going to do? That's not that it's inconsequential, but it's the fun stuff. It's basically mentally visualizing what it's going to be like because we think that once we make these decisions, that means it's going to be our straight line path across. And none of this is saying that we expect it to be easy, but our brain does play tricks on us. Then we get to informed pessimism, which is when we have to actually go to the gym. Again, remembering the key attribute of this stage is that all of the challenge is just internal. It's just us against us, which many people have the ability to push through this. The realization moment is, or the valley of despair here, is when we finally get on the scale and we realize that all of the effort we put in up here has not resulted in the payoff that we expected. Like we expected it to come much faster than it did. And this is the moment where a lot of people's hopes and, positive planning can kind of get thrown out the window. But if we are able to push through this, if we can break through this barrier and just stay consistent long enough, then we start to get to the results. And once we have the results coming in, and this can be a pound off the scale, it could be your weights going up in the gym, whatever it may be for you, then eventually we're able to continue on that and it becomes a self reinforcing loop until we ultimately get to the healthy lifestyle or whatever the goal may be. So, a couple of key things for us to take forward from this is that it doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether if you're on Shopify, Etsy, or TikTok, every platform has this journey. Like on Shopify, we choose our niche, we make our 100 designs, then we launch our ads, and then we repeat until we get to profitability. If we're on Etsy, like the steps are different, but the journey is the same. We start off by setting up our shop and doing our research. Then we get informed pessimism when we're hammering away, making all the designs, uploading the listings. And then the moment in the valley normally is triggered by when we upload those designs, they're published, it's out there for the world, and sales are few and far between. And we realize that we kind of have to just sit here rinsing and repeating between these steps until we've quote unquote like earned the right, you could say, earned the right from the market to get to the point of profitability or sales starting to come in. Or if we're on TikTok, doing like TikTok shop is trending for print on demand sellers. We start off by choosing our product, then we start recording our content, and then we are publishing the content and we get like 3 views. I know that struggle all too well from YouTube. And then eventually we rinse and repeat until we get to profitability. And where many people get stuck is they just end up repeating this same loop again and again, just going back and forth from one point to the next. And the key to really breaking out of this cycle is realizing that there is no fast track. There is nothing out there. I don't care how good the course is, how good the software is, anything. There is no fast track because it is just the fundamental like laws of of how markets work. the one main thing I took away from my glowing 2.8 GPA in economics is that anytime the barrier to entry is so low that anybody can do it, then supply surpasses the demand and the opportunity goes away. So, this journey and how terrible it may feel at times to be stuck down here. If you're launching your ads, you're rinsing and repeating, but it doesn't feel like it's paying off. That is the barrier to entry. That is the reason that the opportunity exists in the first place. And a mantra that has helped me through, these tough times is just realizing that if I'm willing to push through this, then that's the reason that I'm going to be successful in the long term. And I think that along with realizing that this is a unavoidable piece. When you're feeling like you're stuck here, it is not a reminder that you are on the wrong track or you need to change your approach or that you're not capable of this or that you are crazy for thinking that you could do this in the first place. None of those things. Give yourself credit. So many people will never get down to this point. They're not, and this is where the real growth and the real change ultimately comes from. We just kind of, naturally try to avoid that, especially when it's something as new as starting a business, whether it's print on demand or something else. Our senses are firing off on all cylinders, looking for any reason that we should just go back to what we were doing before, which is, before even starting print on demand. And the counterintuitive part about this and why it was so hard for this to sink in for me is that a lot of times that urge is right. That is the logical choice. Things would be easier to just go back to what I was doing before. And the final thing that has helped me finally break through this is by making sure that I stay connected with my why, which is a term that gets thrown around a lot. For me, when I think of it, I simply mean what was the reason that I saw this as worthwhile to get started in the first place? What was the thing that I was expecting, the change in my life that I thought would happen once I reached there? And as long as I can stay connected with that, and as we descend down into the valley, it can be easier and easier to lose sight of that. And then when you're down here, you're looking around like, what's this all about? Like, why am I even here? It's like nobody can tell you that besides you. You were the one that decided to go on this journey in the first place. So making sure to stay connected to that in a simple way, simply writing down, and it's very subjective. It's different for everybody. But what will this mean for my life, my freedom, my ability to travel, my ability to support and motivate others around me? All of those things, jot it all down and then keep that close to your chest as you were going through this journey so that anytime you have a tough moment, you can pull on that and basically remind yourself of what you decided here and why it's worthwhile to continue pushing through. And the fun part, and if you're somebody who's just gotten started in print on demand, you're in the valley right now, I'm there with you. This is not a one time set it and forget it type thing. The part of this that honestly throws most people through a whirl is after they get through this for the first time. Like, say our first goal was making $1,000 per month in profit. And say we get there, many people, myself included, expect that this is going to be the end of the journey. Now I've figured things out, kind of wash my hands of it, move on to the next thing. Where a lot of people get thrown for a whirl is when they realize that there's actually another another journey for us to go through. Is like what got us from zero to $1,000. It's not the same thing that's going to get us from 1,000 to 10,000. There's lots of additional beautiful challenges that we'll get to break through, and this journey just simply repeats itself. It's not a one-time thing. It repeats itself again and again. The saying, the goalposts keep moving, that whole sort of thing. Every time you move the goalposts, you're setting yourself up for another one of these journeys. But the real Jedi mind trick that has worked the best for me, if you take anything from this video, is that this is where the good stuff comes from. This is where the real growth happens. And if you were able to push through this and not just view it as something that has to be endured, but something that can be enjoyable, and give yourself credit for being the person who gets in there and tries to see like what they're capable of. Because to me, that is like the best use of my own time, is seeing how many times I can push myself into this valley and still push through to be able to see it through on the other side. And after you do that enough times, you start to cherish this, which I know sounds weird to be talking about. Is it's like, yeah, I just want to be profitable. I don't want to cherish the struggle, but there's certainly something to be learned from that. So thank you for watching. I hope if you take nothing from this video, it's just that it is not a straight shot across. It never was. This has been my journey. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What stage of the journey would you say that you are in right now? And what has been the thing that you've been sitting on or focusing on? Like, what has been the blocker? Let's have a conversation about it in the comments section and see what we can figure out together.